Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this live session. If you're watching the live, type live. If you're watching the replay, type replay. My name is Stella Debayo, popularly known as Jagaban of Grants, aka Biz Grandboss. So today we are not talking about grants, right? Today we are looking at how to gain mastery of French language for access to global opportunities. And we have an amazing guest with us here today. So I'm super excited. Let me get the topic that we are having today pinned down. Let me pin down the topic we're having today. Welcome. Don't forget, if you are watching the live, type live. If you're watching the replay, type replay. So, how to gain mastery of French language for access to global opportunities. So let's pin the topic. Topic pinned. Welcome. I can see Ice blogs underscore Skyly. I can see Kema Kitties. I can see Asha's Glam Beauty. I hope I got the pronunciation right. I can see Like Me Auto Limited, Only Clever One, That Fertility Pharmacist. I can see Glitz Consult Travels, Eta Africa, Tis Catering, Tambaya Atelier. I hope I got the pronunciation. We're Debola Adikaya. All of you, I say warm welcome. And we have an amazing guest. Oh my God. Our guest is a dedicated, passionate French language graduate, okay, with a proven track record of excellence in language acquisition and teaching, French language to be precise. Is skilled in creating an engaging, effective learning environment, adapting teaching methods to suit your needs, right? And fostering love for the French language and culture. Is committed to helping individual students develop their French language skill and achieve their goals. So, he's aware that we're live, so let me tell him to join in. And now once he joins, then I'll give you his profile proper. But basically I just did the basics. So we're live. So for those of you that want to jackpot, you want to increase your CRS score, you want to write TF, so this is an opportunity for you to learn how to get started at a very affordable price, right? Okay, so waiting for him to join us. Thank you for joining in, everyone. So waiting for our guest to come in. So while we're waiting for him, what are your expectations for this session? What are your expectations? What are your expectations? What are your expectations? What are your expectations? Okay, so I'm super excited to see that our guest has joined us. So let me add him as a moderator. Please send in a request. Welcome, Pastor Sanni Ayodele. Please send in a request. Okay, good. He has sent a request. Okay, so. Okay, request accepted. Please join in Accepted. Just go ahead and join in again. Amazing. Good to see you again today. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Welcome. Once again, to everyone who has joined, let me do a proper intro of our guest. Okay, our guest is Ayodele Noel. He's a trained professional French coach. He has been greatly exposed to the teaching of French language for well over 15 years. Yeah, and I can attest to it. Like we studied French together at Unilag, right? So,
Yeah,
he's trained in Nigeria. He's trained at NFLV, that's Nigerian French Language Village at Badagry, and also the prestigious University of Lagos. He's also participated in some language immersion programs internationally. So once again, welcome. Glad to have you here. Now that the
thank
jackpot
you very
trend,
much.
okay, the jackpot trend is rampant. People want to jackpot.
Mm-hmm.
People want to do PR to Canada. Some of us want to jackpot. We like to stay in Nigeria. Want to invest in Nigeria. But for those that want to jackpot, for those that want to expand their business, they want to access global opportunities, this is an amazing session that you will not miss. So let's dive straight into it. How do you gain mastery of French language?
All right. This is usually a very popular question amongst learners of the language, or people who don't even have the knowledge, and they feel that it's quite difficult. You understand? To learn French language, for instance, because one of the major reasons is because the local environment that we are in is not a French speaking environment. So it poses a lot of challenges to people, especially those who want to learn the French language. But then I have a few tips for our listeners, our viewers. I have a few tips on what they can do to help them in mastering the French language. It's quite easy, but then once you follow these steps, I trust that you get close, very close to a success in your endeavor. And so, number one point I would like to make here is you want to learn French language. You have to learn first of all by immersion. Okay, you have to learn by immersion. Let's remember that I said at first that we do not have the French speaking environment. Yes, the government is trying its best to introduce the French language into schools, curriculum in schools and all. But then it's not the best because you're going to the market, you're speaking Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, English, Pidgin. There is no formal communication in French language. So first thing you may have to do is to first of all understand how you have to immerse yourself in that language. It has to be an intentional activity. Okay, you have to immerse yourself in the language. You have to understand that you have to create that ambience of French around you. Okay, you cannot tell me you want to learn French on your phone. For instance, on your phone, the language of your phone is in English, and you want to learn French. It's not possible. Okay, so first things I always tell my students is this: you have to ensure that your phone, because you use your phone every day. In fact, you are with your phone for about 18 hours a day. For those of us that use our phones to do other businesses and all. So you need to change the language setting of the phone to French. You understand? That's one. Two is that you cannot tell me that you're learning French language without listening to a French song, at least a French song every day. You need you need to fine tune your ears. You need to understand. You know that you are able to sing a language and you're also able to speak a language. They are two different things. So you need to immerse yourself. You need to immerse yourself very well into that language. It will help you. It will help you. Listening to songs will help you. Creating that ambience. Okay, you have some write-ups on your wall. For instance, you learn a word, for instance, bonjour. Now, what stops you from going out instead of saying good day, good morning to somebody you are meeting outside? Why don't say bonjour? It may be just that word you have learned that day, but use it. And that takes us to number two, which is practice. Now, it's not magic, it's not rocket science. You cannot you cannot tell us that you want to learn how to speak French language without daily practice. Oh, you must practice daily. So for my students, what I do for them usually is that I give them daily exercises. Because you cannot, yes, I give them daily exercises. Because like we said initially, the environment that we are in is not friendly. So you must have that constant, consistent contact. Constant, consistent contact with the French language. So thereby you have access to assignments, you're making a task for yourself and you're doing your best to achieving it. So daily constant practice is going to help you. Daily constant practice is going to help you. And my number 3 point is uh, as a learner of French language, you need to expand your vocabulary. Oh, yes. You need to expand your vocabulary. Now, the teacher or your coach may teach you. He's not going to be there with you for 24 hours a day. Okay? Now, you need to expand your vocabulary. How do you expand your vocabulary? You need to watch French movies. You need to watch French documentaries. You need to watch programs, soap operas in French, spoken in French. Okay? At first, it could sound like what you don't understand in your ears because it's your first contact. It could sound very irritating. It could sound very funny, depending on what part angle you're looking at it from. But then you need all of these things to expand the vocabulary. You need to know okay how many French how many musicians do we have that sing in French? What are their songs? Learn their songs. In learning their songs, you are learning new words. Oh, this is how to say this. Oh, this is how better to pronounce it. You get in touch with new words, new expressions. You understand what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, you have added to your vocabulary. You need to read compositions. You need to read write-ups on different topics in French. It could be topics of fashion, democracy, politics, colonialism, and the like. It helps to build your confidence. You understand what I'm saying? It helps to build your confidence. It helps you to add up to your vocabulary. Okay, so at the end of the day, you discover that you are knowing more words, because why? You are having that constant, consistent check. Okay, be interested when you see a French writer, be interested in it. Oh, I want to know what this is. Okay, you have read something in French and you really don't understand it. Go to Google, type the sentence there, get the translation. Okay, then you begin to see how you yourself can use such expressions while speaking. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't stop at just knowing what this word is or what this sentence is. It continues, okay, to your what? Application of the knowledge. That's when we know that you have learned. And so what's the application of the knowledge? The application of the knowledge is that what? You are now able to use such words, such expressions correctly in French language. Okay? So you need to expand your vocabulary and so the next point I want
Okay,
to
sorry,
make
sorry.
is
Before you take on the next point, I need to
yeah,
I need you to look at it from this angle.
okay,
Somebody is like a business owner, very busy, and the person wants to japa to Canada
all
for
right.
PR because that's the trending word now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this business owner has already established his or her business to an extent as such that there's money to do the processing. However, the business owner has a BSc, the business owner has IELTS, but the business owner needs to boost his or her CRS score, right? And the business owner was told to go and learn French so that he or she can sit for a professional French examination. Now, this is a business owner that the environment, because we talked about immersion, right? Immersing yourself in the French language, like the write-ups, what is on the phone, everything should be in French so that everything can align together, right? Now, this is a business owner who has given him or herself a time frame of a year or 2 years to just learn the French language. First of all, how long does it take to learn the language for a busy professional? It may not even be a business owner, maybe be a career person. So let me just use the word busy professional, business professional, or a career individual, right? So how long will it take for the person to learn what he or she needs to learn to be able to sit and at least pass averagely or above average the TEF examination. Somebody who does not know jack about French. Somebody that is not like me that can just wake up and just do revision if I want to write the exam. I mean, when I ever introduced you, I welcomed you on the show. We're supposed to have spoken French, but at the end of the session, we'll blow some French in their eyes.
No problem. That's
okay, so
all right. So yes, if I would recommend, okay, I tell my clients that at least 6 months of regular contact, regular classes, uninterrupted. Give it 6 months, and in the 6 months you have at least 3 hours a week for your classes. Okay, then you have your daily tasks. So if you go that way for 6 months, I bet that you should be able to sit for a professional exam, depending on the level you want to go for. Also, you could sit for it and you could pass. Of course, I have products who have sat for 1 or 2 professional exams after 6 months of uninterrupted classes. So I think we need to make that boldly uninterrupted classes.
okay.
6 months of uninterrupted classes. It will help.
Okay. All right. So we'll come back to that. We'll come back to classes at the end of the session. So let me allow you to go on with the next point.
All right. So my next point is also part of the learning process. Things that would help you. Okay. Now, you see that in language there is what is called imitation. Okay. You want to learn how to speak a language. Trust me, you have to imitate the speakers of the language. Okay. You need to understand that first of all, you are not speaking English. This is an entirely new language. Okay, so you have to take it out of your mind that you are reading English. You are not reading English, or you are not speaking English. You are speaking French. It's a new language entirely. So first, you need to know how the native speakers of this language, how they pronounce their words. Okay. Now, don't learn to speak French like an African. Okay. Learn to speak French like the owners of the language. So one way to imitate correctly is what? Is to listen. You listen, repeat what you have heard, the way you have heard it helps. So you listen first of all. Listen. It could take you a long time. It could take you, repeated plays for you to understand whatever is being said. But just you have to go through that process. Okay, you have to go, because we cannot open your head and put the French inside. Okay, so you have to go through that process. You have to listen to news in French. Oh, listen to news in French. There are different TV stations that we have on our service providers that speak French. They tell news in French. Why not listen to them instead of listening to the regular, TV stations that will just entertain us? Why not listen to these French programs? It will help you to understand how to correctly pronounce words. Because trust me, the French people are very proud. So when you're not speaking their language correctly, no, you will see it. You see the expressions on their faces, and no, ça ne fait pas. They are not telling us what you should tell us. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to listen. You must listen well. You must listen well. And I always tell my students, my clients, that our classes will go across listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Now, usually a lot of learners of French language, they miss one. So you can't miss one out of these 4. You must have the 4. You must be able to read a French text correctly. You must be able to listen to an audio, an audio material correctly. You must be able to write correctly, because you have times where you have to write. Therefore, you must be able to speak correctly. So you cannot tell us that you understand the French language without knowing how to read. You cannot listen to an audio material and tell us what the material is talking about in French. So you must be able. So first thing, you must be able to listen. So as you are building your listening skills, ensure that you are building your reading skills too. You must be able to every day take up a French text and read. Read to yourself. Read to the mirror. You understand? Read and read and read. You must be able to do it. Then the other point is that you must be able to write too. So how do you do that? You must ensure that you have a coach that is readily available to train you, to stretch you. You understand? To give you tasks that will help your thinking faculty in French language. You must be able to write on different topics. Of course, the previous information I have on building your vocabulary. You understand? It will help here too. Because the more you begin to write, the more you are abreast with different expressions, in French language. And so finally, the speaking skills too. You must develop it. Okay? So I tell people, even if there are just 3 words you have learned from my class today, ensure that you use those words every day. Don't stop at the class. Go out, use the word, use the expression. And I'm sure that it will get on well. Okay? Then I have another point, which is what? Engage in conversations. This is very important. Engage in conversations. Yes. Don't, you see, a lot of persons are always shy. They're always shy, timid. They do not want to make errors. The fear of making mistakes and the all. But trust me, if you don't make mistakes, you can't learn. Okay? Don't make mistakes, you can't learn. Now, you see, when you see a native Frenchman that knows that you speak English, he wants to speak English with you to help him build his own what? English skills. But then you want to learn French. So there has to be that conflict. And well, depending on who has the higher power, you get. So you need to ensure that you engage in conversations in French. Okay? Don't speak when you know that you have somebody who speaks French. Ensure that no day passes by. When you engage such persons, ensure that you're speaking French. Never speak English to the person. Now, there's this professor, Professor Adeojo. Okay? Professor Adeojo is a wonderful man. He's a master of French language. So what I do, even while we're in school and after school, is that there is no time. He speaks an impeccable French. He speaks an impeccable English. So when it depends on what you want. Okay? So if you start talking with him in English, you continue with you in English. But then if you start speaking in French, he does what? He continues in French with you. And I notice that each time I engage in a conversation with him, okay, and I start in French, I don't leave that conversation without learning a word or 2 words. And those words stick to me. You understand what I'm saying? So engaging in conversation is not engaging in English conversations now. Engaging in French conversations. French conversations. Understand how to, be free to make a mistake. Once you have made a mistake, you learn. Okay? So once you have learned, understand how not to make the mistake again. Okay? So that's engaging in, conversations. All right. Then we have another point. Now, this is also important. In school, we have what we call culture et civilisation française. La culture et civilisation française. Okay, now you cannot tell us that you want to learn the language of a people. You also have to learn the culture of those people. You have to learn the culture of those people. It's part of the language. Because in learning the culture, you learn basic conversational skills of that language too. Okay, so you have to learn the culture, you have to learn their civilization. How do they speak? How do they? What is their itinerary? What's the basic Frenchman's itinerary? What does he love to do? He loves to go to the club. He loves to socialize. He loves to go for sports. So thereby you are also learning the registers in cuisine, for instance. French people have very strict meals. So you need to learn how to prepare those meals. Okay? You need to learn how to prepare those meals. You need to learn the registers that you have in sports, for instance. You need to learn the registers you have in the cinema, for instance. Okay? You need to learn the registers that you have in politics. Okay? What what's the democracy system of the French country? What is it about? You understand? You want to learn French, you don't even know the name of the French president, and you want to learn French. You don't know
Emmanuel
the name of
Macron.
Emmanuel Macron. So you want to learn French, you don't know the French system of government. It's part of it. So language immersion, you must be immersed in that culture. You must have an idea of what is happening there in that country. Now, you should know cities in France. You, you may not physically have been there before, but you need to know cities. Okay. Now, in French village, of course, you remember that our classes were grouped according to cities in France.
Yes.
Naturally, those names have they got stuck to my head. Why? Because I may not have been to France, but I know that there is a city in France called Bordeaux, Besançon, Avignon, Poitiers, Nantes, Nice. You understand what I'm saying? Now you get. Then you need to know that, for instance, there is this club in Europe called PSG.
PSG, yes.
How many people know that PSG is actually a club in France? You understand what I'm saying? So it's part of it. How many people know that it's a country, is a club in France? Paris Saint-Germain. You understand? A lot of French lovers know that there is a club called PSG.
But they
But how
don't
many
know
of
the
us
full
know?
meaning of that PSG. They are all calling
Do you
PSG.
understand? Everyone's just calling PSG. You don't know it's Paris Saint-Germain. You understand? Some people know the popular footballer called Mbappe. How many of us know that he's a Frenchman? He's from France. Some of us love the popular musician Celine Dion. How many of us know that she's French? She has a lot of songs she has done in French. So these are the things. It helps you. It helps to broaden your horizon. You get what I'm saying? So we need to get involved in that immersion into the culture, into the civilization. It's part of it. You need to know the style of music. You understand? You need to know the dressing culture of the Frenchman. You need to know that there is a dressing culture called for the men demi saison, where you have a different jacket up and have another color of pant trouser to match. You understand what I'm saying? He actually came from France. It's the French people that actually dress that way. So we need to know all of these things. And the next point may be expensive, but then there's there's nothing too much to pay for knowledge. Actually, you need to also travel. You need to travel. Now, depending on funds, some persons may not be able to travel to Canada, France, but then just beside us there is Benin Republic. Once a year, travel to Benin. Togo is there. Cameroon is there on the east side of Nigeria. Travel there. Niger is there towards the north. Travel to French-speaking countries. Spend 1, 2 weeks there. A lot of us feel that yes, we want to jackpot and all, but then for this language learning process, you need to understand that you could, with less than 100,000, you can go to Benin, spend some few days, go to the market, go to the beach, go to some very nice places. You learn the language. You're taking public transport. You understand. You are able to converse with the driver. Okay, I'm going somewhere. I want to alight. He's going to help you. So you need to travel.
True.
Trust me. You may get to a level that you may start from here. So you may start from here because there are a lot of French speakers, Nigerian French speakers, who at one point or the other never traveled out. You understand? But then you still have to go out. There are some things you can never learn whilst you're in Nigeria. You need to move out once in a while. So, like I said, for fun, you may travel to African countries, French-speaking African countries. Okay, don't travel to Ghana and tell us I've gone to a French-speaking African country. Ghana is not a French-speaking African country. So travel is also very, very important. You should travel. You should travel. You should travel. And so, last but not the least, on my list is stay motivated. You see, I have had students who have stayed 6 months with me. I have students who stayed 1 month and they dropped out. Okay. I have students who stayed 2 months and they felt that, nah, I can't do this no more. Now, there has to be a motivating factor. Why do you want to learn this language? Because it gets to a point where you are discouraged. You could be discouraged because you feel that you are not doing enough. You could be discouraged because you feel that there is nobody to speak the language with. Yes. You understand what I'm saying? You could be discouraged because lack of funds for some people, some persons, they feel that, how can I continue this? This money is too expensive. Well, I'll just go and be doing one translation on Google, on one app, and try to be helping myself. But that's not enough. You need to continue to be motivated. There is a reason why you started in the first place. Why did you start? What is your aim? What do you want to get after 6 months? Yeah, I hope you get what I'm saying. What do you
Yeah.
want to get after six
What's the
months from this?
goal?
You understand? What's your goal? What's your objective? In 1 year, are you seeing yourself in France? Are you seeing yourself in Quebec, in Canada? You understand what I'm saying? Are you seeing yourself talking to a French audience? Are you seeing yourself talking about your brand? Are you seeing yourself going for an interview and you know that they would need a French language speaker? For instance, one of my students, she works with a French company in Nigeria. It's an audit firm, and they told all of them because the origin of the company is in France. It's from France, rather. So they told all of them to go and learn French. That's how she got to me. That I have to come and save my job. You understand? Because they feel that you should be able to. They should be confident to send you to France without fear. They feel that if you only speak English, you are limited to only English clients. What if you have French clients in Nigeria, of which you do? How are you going to relate with them? How are you going to relate with them? So finally, on my own list here, I'll say that I know that a lot of persons engage learning French or other languages with some very beautiful apps. The apps are beautiful. Trust me, the apps are beautiful. But there is the place of a live coach. There is a place of a live coach. There is that place. And you cannot take out that place of a live coach. A life coach knows what to do for you. He is there with you. He is there listening to you. You make a mistake, he prompts you. He said, no, that's not it. Instantly you are corrected. You understand something? Instantly you're corrected. Now, what some of these apps will do for you is that they only build some parts of the skills. They don't build all. You understand what I'm saying? So for you to build your speaking skill, you need a life coach who is able to listen to you, read a text out in French, and tells you, no, you have an issue with pronouncing this word, this word, this word, this word. You understand? And he's there to guide you live and direct. So you need to take lessons. You need to go for lessons. You need to engage with a life coach who is competent, okay, who is competent, who is able to teach you basic conversational French, who is able to teach you grammar, who is able to teach you or train you in phonetic, who is able to help you in la composition écrite. Of course, those are things that we also did then. Who is able to help you in la composition orale? Okay, who has that skill to what? You, to push you and to help you. So these very few tips I feel are very useful in learning French language.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you so much. Je vous
Yeah,
remercie.
I appreciate
Okay,
it.
so thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. Okay, so if you are here, so it's not even just about Jackpa. Like you all listened to when he shared that one of his students who works with a French organization here in Nigeria, the employees were told to go learn French. Okay, I guess one of the reasons why such organizations encourage their employees or make it mandatory for their employees to go learn French is just in case an opportunity opens in one of their, maybe their head office in the French country, or they open a branch in another French country. So they need to delegate, they need to send their staff or one of their employees there. And some of those conditions can be mandatory and some of them can be like encouragement. But for an organization that wants to grow, sometimes they make this thing mandatory. So I would strongly encourage everyone that is on this live session, especially if you're an employee or you are looking to grow your business to other markets, other countries, and those countries include French-speaking countries. You are looking to japa, you are looking to improve your career profiling, and not just improving your CV and just putting it there, but you can show that there's proof that you can actually do it. Please, I want to ask our guests, please, do you have a program that can accommodate some people that may want to learn this French language? Is there something that they can jump on, they can sign up for? Do you have a program they can sign up for? Because you said you asked students to enroll for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. And I remember I also asked, you mentioned that I asked how long will it take to learn French for somebody who is a busy professional. You said at least 6 months, right? So, and then I also want to ask, do you also, after the person learns it for 6 months, do you also have customized programs that can help the person to prepare for professional examinations like the TEF? TEF, for those who don't know, is a test of French language examination. It's just the opposite of IELTS, okay? So is there an opportunity like that? TEF, so there's going to be la composition, écrit, la composition orale, the one for listening, right?
You have to listen to listening exams.
Yes, speaking, writing, reading, and listening. So those for those that want to write TEF, is there also a program for them? Because I know somebody who doesn't know jack about French cannot just jump and say he or she wants to write TEF. There's a place of learning the basics first, and then there's also like there are 2 categories: somebody who doesn't know, or somebody who already knows but wants to prepare for the exam. So do you have programs for them that they can enroll on? And if yes, how can they reach out to you, right?
All right. So first things first, there is the 6-month program. Okay. We started one in January. Okay, and it's going to end this June, of course. So now there is another 6-month course coming up July. It starts in July and it's going to take us through to December 2023. So now, what we from experience, we understand that our clients have different time schedules. Okay, they are not always available at the same time. So we usually do not have a general class.
Okay.
And these classes, let's know that these classes are online, basically online, no physical classes. So these classes are not general classes, okay? They are always private classes. So you and me and the coach, I'm with you live in one class, okay? Now, we also understand that we have different times for students. Okay, so I'm going to work with your own schedule. Okay, I'm going to work with your own schedule. I'm going to ask you what's your timing. Some persons are always free on weekends. Okay, I have a finance expert who is also one of my students in my classes. Okay, and he's there with me, and he's usually busy on weekdays. So we just said, okay, no, let's just have our classes on Saturday. So we have that. So we suit timing to you, to your own schedule. So we ask you that question, what's your timing? So usually we offer 2 hours every week. 2 hours. 2 hours. Different, you can decide to, split the 2 hours into 2 different days. You can decide to have, both hours together. But then we do not stop at the 2 hours. We give you daily challenges. We give you daily challenges, and we expect that you also give us a feedback. Okay? So a 6-month class is starting in July by the grace of God. And we are trusting that we are on ground to help as many persons as are watching us, listening to us, who would want to learn that French language. We are available. That's what I do for a living. So I'm already available to support you and to coach you all through. Now, so if you want to sit for a professional exam, for those of us who will be needed to justify that we have learned French to a particular level. Okay, there is the TEF, like I said. There are the exams with Alliance Française too. There are the exams with the Alliance Française. Some people want to go for that. A1, A2, B1, B2, and the like. We also have, programs for that. So we can even, accommodate preparing you for that program with also the basic conversational French that you're going to be learning in the 6 months.
Okay.
So usually I ask my clients, why do you want to come for this? Just like you have said, some persons just need this because they just want to speak French. Some persons need this because they feel that they are beginning to have French clients for their business. Okay, some persons now need it for the JAPA. And so they need to state it there. They need to show you there that I have a certificate for this language. So based on what you want, we serve you right. So we have the capacity to engage you based on what you want.
Amazing. So thank you so much. I know that you do this, right? I absolutely know that. So I am putting 100% guarantee. I will not do guarantee for anybody that don't know. So now, if you want to learn French based on any of these reasons, like it's very important to tie it to a goal, right? So that the motivation will be there from the beginning to the end of achieving the goal. So to reach out to him, to reach out to Sanni, so let me drop his WhatsApp number, or you just send me a DM. I'll give you a link to gain access to it. There's a wait list, right, for the July class. There's a wait list.
Yes, sure. There's a wait list.
Yes. So that wait list link, you can send me a DM or send him an Instagram DM, right? Currently, his profile now on Instagram is pastor's profile, so you just be seeing pastor thing, but he's very, very active on Facebook and on WhatsApp. So you can reach out to me, send me a DM on Instagram. You get the link immediately, or just send me a DM on WhatsApp. You can click the link at the top of my page, send me a DM, or send him a DM. And I also drop his WhatsApp number in the chat box. Just send him a chat so that you can get access to the waitlist. Remember, the next batch starts next month, July. Next month, July is in about 4 days from now.
4 days,
right?
yeah.
So
4 days from now.
So let me share his contact. Thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. Quite insightful. So as I type the WhatsApp number in the chat box, if you have learned a thing or two, please share your comments. If you have questions, go on and ask. This is 12:49. So we use 5 minutes to respond to questions, and we'll call it a day. So let me just share the WhatsApp contact. It's WhatsApp contact rather. 316-309-4337. Okay, so just send a DM to the WhatsApp number. Tell him you want to join the French classes, the programs, and now. Let me even ask on affordability. How affordable are they? The truth of the matter is, I even know your classes are affordable. If you want to go outside to go and learn French, all those big, you are going to pay money. You will pay. Hey, if you know how much it is for 1 hour for 1 week, oh my Lord. Damn, do my hand. Please join now. And don't forget, preparation. When preparation meets with opportunity, it equals to success. Prepare ahead.
Yeah.
It's not wrong now. You not say this grand boss, this grand boss. I remember one time you brought Sanni, one young man, to come and teach us about how to gain mastery of French. Please give me his contact. I want to learn French in 24 hours. Go let work. So join now.
In fact, I have somebody who came to me last year while I was doing publicity last year. She came and she asked for the amount. I told her last year. So by the time she didn't talk to me again for over 1 year. So she just came in last month and she said, "How much is it?" I said, "It has doubled." She shouted. I said, "Well, you had the opportunity last year, to come on board, and it was pretty cheap. It's still affordable, actually. Our classes are not expensive. We understand the system. We understand that we have to, make it something worth the while, and it's not going to cut your throat. You understand? So it's quite affordable. Trust me, it's quite affordable.
Okay, so we have official Pastor Sam here, and he's saying interactive class. Thank you so much for your feedback. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. So if you have questions, please. Okay, you also said insightful. Thank you. If you have questions, please go on and ask. This 12:51. In 4 minutes now, we call it a wrap. French is a very, very interesting language. Me to go like if I want to enter the French market, I can speak French already. I just need a little brush up here and there, and I'm good to go. And I have somebody that. So And I'm telling you, go out there, go out. I will not mention this big organization. You just go and do inquiries at their office, whether their island office or their mainland office, and hear the amounts that you are going to pay. So how much is the funding going for? Funding for, just send a DM to the WhatsApp number and you get the requirements and how much it is for each session of the classes, monthly session. So just send a DM. Just send a DM to the WhatsApp number. I'll send you a DM. I'll send you the link to join the WhatsApp waitlist. Every other information that you need to enroll into the classes starting, the French classes starting next week, will be shared. And if you know anybody that needs, do not worry. I'll leave the replay of this live class on my page, right? I would even download it and share it on my YouTube page at Biz Grand Boss Stella Adebayo on YouTube. I'll drop the video there. So if you know anybody that needs this class, that needs to enroll for this class, just share the link. Once I drop the replay, share the link with them, share the contact with them, let them jump on it. Do not forget, when preparation meets with opportunity, it equals to success. All these things, oh, he's lucky, she's lucky. Oh, how was she able to get it? This person, CRS score, Canada CRS score. Hey, 490. How did she do it? How did she pull scores together? You know, they pass preparation. No, I don't tell you. I don't enter Nigeria English. Okay, so Valentino, so that's it. The WhatsApp number, let me even pin the WhatsApp number so that it doesn't scroll off. 12:53, 2 minutes left, and we are out of here. So just send a DM. You can send me a DM. You get the link to join the waitlist group, or you send a DM to the WhatsApp number that I pinned on this video. So thank you so much. It's been amazing learning from you. Let me see if you have feedback. So, okay, there are no questions. It appears like there are no questions. So that will be it. And if they have other questions, you can also always reach out to you and they can ask on the waitlist group. So
always,
thank you.
Anytime.
All right.
I'm always
So,
available.
just give us your final words and we call it.
All right. So like it's easy to learn French. It's not rocket science. It's achievable actually. It's a dream that can come true for you. Of course, learning French is a dream that can come true for you, especially when you have a certified and very efficient coach. You understand? It's something that will help you. You see, you don't even know the various opportunities that will come through for you from learning French language. Trust me, I have 2 medical doctors on my waiting list now. They're about to start their French classes. They are medical doctors in Nigeria, but they understand that there is that benefit, you understand, in learning French. So I'm waiting for you. I'm eagerly waiting for you, waiting to help you, waiting to start this class with you. And God willing, in 6 months, by December, I'm sure that you're going to reach out to this grand boss.
Yes, so when you learn it, come and give me. Now I'm the one that showed you the way. Now make sure you mention that this grand boss brought Sanni to come and teach us, and you learned it. Come and tell me, let me. And as you are telling me, be praying for me because I've blessed your life by bringing somebody to help your destiny to grow. So okay, so Faith Data says I'm currently learning French, self-study. I will chat to you. Please do. I strongly encourage you now. I forgot to even share. Before I knew I was going to study French in Unilag, right from when I was in GSS2 in secondary school at Command. I began to have that dream of getting into university to study French. Now, after my secondary school, I actually went to a French organization, Alliance Française, right? My parent paid for me to learn French there before I went to Unilag to go and enroll for French degree, right? So imagine if that really gave me a leverage. It gave me a lot of advantage, right? Like, hey, God, I was just, if not because I was doing business and study together, I would just come out with first class for Unilag in French. No cap. You see, grammar, when we're in French language, I even collected an award. I collected scholarship. Hey, God. So
that's your strength.
Hey, yeah. So tomorrow night I can say I want to go and start offering this grant in French country, like want to expand to French country. It's a leverage. Like I'm going to be meeting and networking and partnering. Me speaking their language is like it even blow their mind. It's not just me. It's not going to be like I'm just coming there or maybe they introduce somebody to me and the person is trying to ban me or trying to ban this grant because I understand French. They cannot dupe me. So you are doing it for yourself. Don't wait till tomorrow that you need it. So I'm glad to see Faith Data says it's going to chat to you. Please send the chat immediately. Get it added.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
Remember, the second half of year 2023 is starting in 4 days from now. Second half of year 2023, you can still achieve your goals. You can still take action, deliberate steps, achieve your goals. And as you sign up for the class, don't just pay money and go and sleep and expect miracle to happen. You have to be part of the process. You want to achieve your goals, you need to be part of the process. You need to implement. Very important. Don't pay money and go and sleep. Don't pay for class and go and sleep and expect tomorrow you wake up, you start blowing French in the dream and in the reality. It's not going to work. So be part of the process, right? So would you like to share any other thing, or we just call it a wrap for today?
Well, you have done so well. I really appreciate you for having me on this Instagram live. Thank you very, very, very much. I'm very grateful. I'm eternally grateful.
All right.
Thank you. God bless this grand boss.
Merci beaucoup. Que Dieu vous bénisse. Je vous remercie.
Amen.
Soyez
Bonne chance.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Au revoir.
Au revoir.